Right. Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be with you again, even though it is on e-learning. It seems like I'm seeing all your faces. So this morning, I'll be talking to year 7 on two major topics that we did in the past term. First and foremost, we're going to look at cells, and then we'll look at classification of organisms. Cells, like we learned in the first place, is the structural and functional unit of life. I believe you all still remember that the structural and the functional unit of life, these two things, that is, the cell make up the structure of an organism, and at the same time, the cell enables the organism to function. So these are the two major definitions that is connected to cell. So anywhere, anytime you give the definition as the structural and functional unit of life, you are good to go. Even when you say it's a unit of life, it is still good to go. So cell is a unit of life, or structural and functional unit of life. We're going to look at cells in two different things, that is in plants and in animals, because we know that plants and animals make up an organism. So for animals, they have just three main parts. All the body of an organism consists of cells, whether plants or animals. For animals, they have three main parts. They have the nucleus, they have the cytoplasm, and they have the cell membrane. These three parts also are found in plant cell. But in addition to these three parts, plant cells have chloroplast, plant cells have cell wall, and plant cells have what? Food vacuole. It's not as if animal cells do not have food vacuole, but for our course of study, that is the Cambridge curriculum, they do not accept the kind of vacuole seen in animal cells as vacuole, because it is sometimes absent, and when you find it sometimes, it is very small, very minute. So they just decided to say, oh, let's yank it out, let's take it off. So for British curriculum, animal cell lack vacuole. But if you are looking at the WAEC curriculum, it is one very organ that is necessary. All right, these parts have their different functions. If you can recall, when we did this topic in class, we did mention each of the functions. Nucleus, for instance, it was mentioned that it controls all parts, everything that happens in the cell. Everything that goes on in the cell, movement in and out, is being controlled by the nucleus. Each of them have their various functions. Like plant cell, for instance, is having one major function that differentiates it from animal cell. I leave you to answer that, and I leave you also to talk about the different functions of the other parts in the assignment section. All right, we'll now look at the second topic, which is classification of organisms. Why the scientists decide to classify organisms? They decided to do that because they found that organisms were too many. If they continue to leave it like that, it will be difficult for the teacher to teach, and it will be very difficult for the students to understand it. Oh, it's like me coming to class and tell you that organism, it has 4 hands, it has 4 legs, it has 4... You will never understand it. Even me, the teacher, it will never be easy for me to teach. But scientists did such a great work by bringing in classification that helps us to now be able to mention the names of these organisms. And what did they do? They classify these organisms to the least term. That is why today we understand classification as the grouping of organisms. It is a scientific way of putting organisms into groups from their main very large kingdom to the least. And so there's a method that the scientists use to classify organisms. What is this method? It is called the classificatory method. Remember it in class. We even formed an acronym. I know some of you now will be thinking, oh yes, she mentioned it. I will remind you. What is it again? King Philips came over for grammar soup. And I told you that the classificatory method specifies animals and it specifies plants. One of them, for instance, after kingdom, what the scientists even do? They first put all of them into a kingdom. Oh, all these things look alike. Every one kingdom. Okay, they now looked at it again. Some of them are just long, they are leaf-like, while others are they don't have a leaf in their body. They have hairs or fur in their body. Oh, okay, let's separate them. All these ones that have animals-like structures, put them into a phylum. All these ones that have leaf-like structures, put them into a division. So that is why in your classificatory method is either you do after kingdom you do a phylum, and then you do after kingdom you do a division. So for our acronym we had two. King Philip came over for grammar soup, and then King David came over for grammar soup. So the difference there is the P and the D for phylum and division, to differentiate plants and what? Animals. And of course, what is the K representing? Kingdom. What is the phylum or the what's the phylum or division representing? King Philip or David, and so on. So scientists made this classification till they go to species level. That species level is where you are now being identified, where you are now known as your name, e.g. goats. If not for that, we wouldn't be mentioning goats today. We will not call any animal dog. We will not even call even their scientific names. For instance, lion is Panthera leo. We won't even know lion as Leo, or even as lion, a common or local name. But with the help of this grouping, where today we are able to say this is a lion, this is a man, this is a goat, this is an elephant, this is a plant, water leaf, bitter leaf, a pumpkin leaf, and so on and so forth. So scientists did a great job in ensuring that these organisms can be identified, and that's why it's easy to teach today. You learn it, you enjoy it, the teacher does it well, and then everyone knows what they are doing. So we'll continue in the assignment session, where we'll give questions and then answers will be coming up. Thank you so much.